So I am jumping on this video because when I tried to jump on Facebook Live, I had some connection problems. But that's okay. I want to share this message with you, so we'll just do it this way. So I'm Erica Reed. If you don't know who I am, I'm a licensed clinical social worker and I have a private practice in Lanham, Maryland. And I work primarily with women through women's empowerment to help them heal and grow and develop confidence and a positive mindset to get all that they want in life. I love the work that I do and I love sharing this message with you, which is why we're going to do it this way as opposed to the way I originally planned to share this message with you. But it was really important for me to share with you a life lesson I learned from my youngest son. And it's really interesting how kids are just so excited, they're so energetic, they're so eager to start each new day because they look forward to all that it holds for them. They look forward to new opportunities, to new challenges, to having fun. They have this big old open mindset that whatever comes their way, they're going to just embrace it and make the most of it. And not that long ago, when we were kids, we thought that way too. But then something happened. We grew up. We became adults. And our mindset shifted. We became very practical, very logical. We figured out what could and could not happen. And then we actually started making decisions from that point of what we think could and could not happen. We started putting these self imposed limitations on ourselves and what we felt ourselves capable of doing. But not kids. Kids don't do that. And that's actually the life lesson that I just learned from my son this past weekend. So let me set it up for you and share with you what happened. So I guess it was about October, November-ish. I think it was November. My family, my boys and I, we have family movie night once a week. And during this specific family movie night, we were watching a movie called The Mighty Ducks. Now, if you're not familiar with the movie Mighty Ducks, it's a group of neighborhood kids that got together and they formed an ice hockey team. And this ice hockey team went on without a lot of experience, without a lot of training. They went on to beat all the other teams in the league, and they won a championship. You know, your typical Disney underdog, feel good kind of movie. You know, we all agreed that was a great movie. Went to bed, didn't think anything else of it. My youngest son wakes up the next morning, immediately puts that movie back on and watches it. When he finishes, he says, Mom, I want to play ice hockey. Like, okay, well, that's nice. And I just went on about my business, went about my day. But from that point on, ice hockey became something he was very focused on. He started YouTubing any ice hockey video he could find. And he said, Mom, I want to play ice hockey. So at this point, I put my adult on and I say, well, that's nice, sweetie, but you don't know how to skate. We need to start with the skating piece. I started putting these limitations on him. But he just kept on going, kept looking at videos, kept learning more about the game, figured out how to put ice hockey equipment on even though he didn't own any, figured out the best way to hit the puck even though he's never held a stick. So he went on with this, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I guess I should do something with this. So I said, well, sweetie, if you want to play ice hockey, let's sign you up for ice skating lessons first. Because, mind you, he had never stepped foot on the ice before. Okay, I'm thinking we need to do this in these little mini steps. We need to be practical. We need to figure it out little bit by little bit. Because you can't play that big stuff until, you do this little stuff first. He says, okay, he's like, whatever it takes for me to get what I want to play ice hockey. I go online to sign him up to look for some ice hockey lessons. I'm sorry, some ice skating lessons. And I am looking around and I find some ice skating lessons, but then I see ice hockey class. And I put my mouse over it to learn more about it. And I said, okay, well, this is actually what he wants. He wants to play ice hockey. Okay, I'm very hesitant now because my adult self is saying this is not practical. This doesn't make sense. But I went ahead and clicked, paid my money, and just prayed. that when I got there, I didn't have to knock anybody else's child out for knocking my kid down. So that was just my own personal issue. Fast forward, this past Saturday was the first hockey class. Now, I had taken him ice skating a couple of times before just to actually put him on the ice so he saw what it felt like. And, it was his first time, second time, so he's falling, he's getting back up. He's falling, he's getting back up. He got on that ice for the ice hockey class, skating around, falling, getting back up. But then a coach seemed to really pay attention to him and worked with him for about 10 minutes and then told him, "You don't belong over here. Go over there with the more advanced kids." My son went over there with the more advanced kids, and he's the best out of the bunch. He's just, hitting the puck and skating, and actually made a couple of goals too in a little pretend little game that they had. I was so proud. Not only proud of him for his accomplishments, but proud of his determination, his focus. He said, "This is what I want, and I'm really feeling strongly about it. I'm doing all that I can to get in tune with it and learn about it, and then I'll figure out how to make it happen." And that's where kids operate from. Unfortunately, adults don't. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Kids focus on the what they want. They focus on the why they want it. They don't worry so much about the how. Adults, on the other hand, we start with the how. The how we're going to make it happen. We focus on that how, which is actually based upon our life experiences. We've already started limiting ourselves based on past experiences and thinking, okay, what do we see as possible for the future? We have already decided in advance, based upon what our current resources are, what we feel we can and cannot do. We take a look down at where we are instead of looking forward to what we want. We look at our current resources, and that's actually what keeps us stuck by staying where we are based upon what we see right now, instead of looking forward to what we actually want. And so much of that is based upon our past mistakes, our past attempts at something, our past failures. We start with the how, and the how is not the place to start. We should start with the what. We should start like my son. He said, "I want to play ice hockey." That is his what. He had a goal in mind. That's where we as adults should start as well. Identifying what it is we want. And not just a little thing that I think is possible, but the big stuff. The things that you are allowing yourself to think is possible because that's what you want. It doesn't matter how it's going to happen, but more so what it is you want to see happen and manifest in your life. Now, so often we keep our arms shut down. We don't hold our arms open to possibilities because the shut down is the how, the open is the what. If we look forward and look into the possibility of all that's in front of us, that's the what. That's the thinking big. That's the dreaming. That's when you were a little kid, you wanted to be something when you grew up because anything was possible. That's the what. That's where we need to start. And then after we have our what, we have our goal, we have that thing that is so important to us. We then move on to step number two, which is the why. The why is the motivation. Why do you want this? Why is this what so important to you? Because I'm not saying that getting your what is going to be easy. You're going to face challenges, you're going to face obstacles. It's just a fact. But having a clear understanding of your why will help you to stay focused and motivated. Your why is your internal cheerleader saying, "You can do it. You can do it." Your why is that feeling just waits for you for when you achieve that what. That why is attached to your vision and your purpose in life. For me, my why is also attached to my spiritual beliefs. My why is attached to what I feel God put in me. And so many of you may have a similar feeling, a similar why. So that why helps you stay focused on your what. Now, we've got the what, step one. We've got the why, two. Now you can be adult. I'll let you bring your adult back in so that we can focus on step 3, which is the how. But because we've already started with the what and the why, we've removed the limiting beliefs to say we can't do it. But now you can go ahead and put your adult on and say, you know what? I want this, but these are the challenges, these are the potential obstacles that may be in my way to achieving my what. But instead of now being stuck as we would have before, if we started with the how, now we can look at the how and say, how do I problem solve? How do I remove these obstacles? How do I get what I want? Because I want the why, the feeling, the reason that this all is going on. So now you can focus on that how, the problem solving, the removing the obstacles, the identifying the resources that you'll need. And I'm saying this as far as the big stuff, but also just the little stuff, the day-to-day stuff, the stuff that's going to help your life to be better, the things that are about taking care of yourself. Let's say girlfriends are going together for a trip and you want to go, but you start with the how. Well, I don't necessarily have the money for it. It's not in the budget. I can't do it because of the kids, and I have to have some, I don't have anybody to watch them. That's not really something that I have the time for. So you've already started with the how these things are going to happen. But if you start with the what and say, you know what, this is important to me, I need some time to myself, some time with my friends. The what is extremely important to me. The why is it's important to me because I need it. It will help me to be more relaxed and more at peace so that then I can re-enter into my mommy world and take care of me and take care of my kids. So now I have a strong why. Then you move to the how because you have already got the what and the why. So now you're going to figure out how to make it happen. And that's when you start tapping into your resources, start trying to figure out ways to get it, to make it happen. So it doesn't matter what your what is. All that matters is you tap into that what, attach a why to it, and then you can move on to the how. That's really what it's all about. Now, as I mentioned, I'm all about trying to help you move to that next level. And I attached a worksheet, which I like to call reflection sheet, because it's not about work. It's about reflecting and helping you to take what we've talked about today and implement it in your life to make these things very actionable, to get you to take action steps to achieving all that was discussed today. So the link will be in the description. Just download it. It's a free sheet. Don't have to buy anything. I just really want you to get what you want in life. You follow these 3 steps. You figure it out through your worksheet to get what you want because you deserve it. You are in a position to create the life that you want. You're in a position to start and end each day feeling confident, feeling successful, and feeling energized. And I truly believe that. So I'm providing you with this resource. I would love for you to go ahead and download it. And I would also love for you to share this video with people that are in your life because if we have information that's of value, it's actually a responsibility to share with the other people. Not only so that they can receive that information so that they can have positive impact in their life, but it's a little selfish in there too because if they understand what you're working on and the steps you're going through to get it, they can be more understanding and more supportive for you as you're going through the process as well. So I encourage you to share this, to like it, to share it with whoever you think that would find this useful as well. So once again, thank you for joining me. If you were in there mixed with me while I was trying to do this on Facebook Live, I'm sorry. I can't help it. It was a Wi-Fi thing. But I wanted to make sure I got this out to you because this was so important to me. The what is sharing the information so that you move to your next level in life. The why is because this is my purpose. This is what the vision that God put in me. That's why I jumped on a video because I was so motivated to make sure the what happened. The how was, you know what, Facebook Live didn't work. I'm going to figure out another way to make it happen. See, the how is irrelevant if your what and your why is strong enough. So I thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget, download your worksheet, your reflection sheet, and I'll see you the next time.